It's not loading. There it is. Okay, just had to get I want to get all this information. Relating my book. Or not my book, but my story. There. I did forget a lot of the city names and everything
I won't be halted.
that I ended up creating for that story. So yeah. Assuming we have to ride all the way back to Oleg's place. Okay. So, okay, so now that we have to go back to Oleg's... Is it Oleg's place? Yes. So I'm gonna go to the old sycamore again. Damn random encounters, man. There's tons of undead that I want to take care of. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, there's going to be an undead right here. Oh, no.
Out of my way!
Serves you right.
Ooh, critical hit 23.
We do it my way.
We do it my way. So fun fact, I actually called in to work today. Been having issues with my foot and it was okay yesterday. But I didn't want to test it Because I have to walk. I'm gonna need to rest here. I'm gonna have to walk all the way to work. So,
but friends like you make me put up with it.
and then I have to be on my feet all day. Didn't want to
I
test it
value
out.
you a lot too, no matter how much you grumble.
So yeah, fun fact, I was gonna stream a lot earlier today, like at like 10:30 or 10 or something. Then I went and took a nap, and I kind of just laid in bed for like 4 hours. Alright, so there's a ton of undead that we skipped in here just because I didn't think we were really strong enough. But I do want to go in here and take care of this before we go back to the trading post and turn everything in. Perfect, we're right here. Okay, so gonna save. We will inspire courage. Actually, no, not yet.
Patience.
I'm gonna cast that on yourself. Gonna rage.
I won't let you down.
I think you're pretty okay. So cold isn't good against bones. Fire would be, I think, though. What's a cantrip for fire? What would be considered? And would it be ranged? Why is Burning Hands all the way up there? I'll have her use Magic Missile.
The end draws near.
All this waiting bores. I'm superior!
Repent.
Tear them apart!
Let us strike as one!
Run them through!
Perfect. Perfect. Everyone in on him except Valerie. Can you charge this
didn't
one?
work. I must
Okay, no,
redo.
just attack him. Yeah, this one a lot smoother than last time. Most definitely. Gonna quick save.
I see something. What troubles you? Done and done.
I'm gonna need her to have... I'm gonna have to get her more perception. But her perception is 9. Yeah, so what I'm what I'm gonna turn into, or what I'm gonna do.
You follow.
So yeah, I think I explained this last time, but I'm turning Harem into a melee, like paladin, two-handed wielding fighter, divine fighter guy, cleric. He's also gonna have some support. He's gonna have very little healing. And then Tristian is going to be our full support healer with a little bit of attack. This path seems to haunt me. I didn't expect to see a shrine to Shellin in these dungeon depths. The walls are traced with intricate flower patterns. It's hard to imagine how much time and effort it required. The statue is hewn with rock, but with a hint of refinement. The inscription reads, "To our goddess, Shellin, whose gifts we yearn for here in the darkness." Nice.
We do it my way.
Now, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to quickly do that. Now, this leads to the old Sycamore Caves. Quick save. Right. Also, here. Big for that a little bit. There. Beautiful. I think I picked everything up. It's nice to be on challenging and not have like any issues. Ragongar reminds me of like a pirate. Never been to that location. I've not been to the Pine Patch? We'll check it out then. Savvy? Sorry. I started watching Pirates of the Caribbean earlier today. Oh. This is where we first saw Tartuccio. There's an imprint on the ground near the empty chest. It looks like another chest, same size or same size beside this one. Okay. Now we've been there. Now we've been to every single place within the confines of the fog, and we've completed every place except for the Ratna kill. But those guys are friggin' tough. Tough fight.
I need to catch my breath.
Onwards!
Brother catches up with you near the trading post and touches on your shoulder. Mass, can I talk to you? Now that the Stag Lord is defeated, you rightfully own the stolen lands. Jamande Aldore will endorse you and grant you the Baron's title. The girl looks at you with interest and a little apprehension. What will you do when you sit on the throne, Moss? Please, don't say you haven't thought about it. There's enough work to do in the stolen lands, running off bandits, founding a state, protecting the common people. Valerie nods, pleased. To be honest, I didn't expect any other answer from you. You are a noble person, Moss, and I'm glad I can serve the good of your state. I guess we will be taking Tristan now, too. Right after this, so... the moment, I'm gonna want to take all of this. I'll leave her with that. Oh, that's hers. That's good. Save it. A fine day to you. What brings you by? The Stag Lord's gone. We found his fortress and set the villain to oblivion. Oleg looks at you with respect, bordering on admiration. And good riddance. Maybe now we'll be able to actually live in the stolen lands rather than just surviving. Oleg sighs. Without a doubt, more people will flock here now. It'll surely boost trade, but all the noise they'll bring with them, well, that's none of your concern. I bet you can't wait to return to Restov and report your great victory. I still have some unfinished business here. Like selling all my crap to you. I don't know if he can use glaives. He will not be needing that. Is this the same? It's pretty much the same. Hide armor +2, gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that just in case. I might throw these on Tristan since he's going to be using a crossbow or a bow. Composite short bow, composite long bow. Let's keep one of each in case he can't use that crossbow. Sell all these books. Cast certain spells. Okay. 6726. Now what do I have you wearing? You are full plate +1. Got you just wearing full plate. I think I'm gonna get you this full plate +1. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want. How much is that gonna cost me? I'll still have almost 2K still. Well, 4K, never mind. That's a lot. All right. I'm gonna throw this on you. Boop. There we go. You've got half plate +1. Okay, so this half plate plus 1 is worth more. Hold on. -6 armor check. The half plate has more arcane spell failure chance. Oh man, it's better to equip him with the full plate anyway. Yeah. There we go. He's turning out to be a full warrior. A full warrior of the divine order. Something I didn't know like I forgot. Copy to spell book. Copy to spell book. Copy to spell book. Roll of call lightning. Bane. Can you do any? I don't think this works for clerics. If I understand correctly, they gotta like learn their stuff. Yeah. Okay. What is this? The target creature gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against mind affecting effects that rely on negative emotions. I feel like I'll take the time to put this on when I need it. Tristan will probably get bless. Give me a sec, guys. All right. I like Harem having Bane. Flick to light wound. Oh. I wanted 2 of these actually. That could really help his survivability. Um... I'm gonna go ahead and put Cure Light Wounds. I would like to have a damaging thing. A damaging... Curious. I can turn this... I'm gonna assume I can turn this into a heal. So I'll keep that. Instead of having Cure Light Wound. That way I can use it for a heal. So he's gonna be able to buff himself, deal lots of damage, have some sort of survivability. And I like having Bane. But I'm gonna take it out for Divine Favor. With the idea that Tristian will have Bane. Will be able to have Bane. Tristian is gonna be the support, the full group support and healer. With very little, like, damaging capabilities from afar. Like, spells, I mean. I think that's good for 1 and for 2. Again, I'm gonna assume Tristian can have that. per level. What is it? A favored blessing. Still grants a target +2 morale bonus on saving throws against fear effect. Okay. That's okay, but I won't use that just yet. Let's give him that. One round. Old person. Let's do hold person. Just cuz. Okay. And we're probably gonna level up, which probably means we're gonna have new stuff to choose from. Alright. Rostov awaits. I plan to set off right away. Fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Rostov.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it.
600 experience? We definitely leveled up off of that. Level 5 hype, anyone?
Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Rostov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler. But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections. Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Kasil, a young half-orc with impeccable poise, performs a textbook perfect bow. Hey Phoenix, how's it going? Nice to see you. Jamandi, just what kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know.
Yes, yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
What do I need to know about the history of Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
I'm doing good, Phoenix. Doing really good. Claiming our barony. Haha.
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Surtova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Aldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
What do I need to know about the current political atmosphere?
We, the Aldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manors were just empty. And the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be.
Whoops. I did everything differently and can't locate the midget anywhere. Midget? What do you mean midget? Talking about Lindsay?
Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Surtova, the former kings of Issia. But their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Surtova and Aldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood, but peace between us is also out of the question.
What role do I play in your plans?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly. And the Surtovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going?
Bertuccio. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Everything worked out for me.
The stolen lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Maegor Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
So were you in Old Sycamore, by chance, Phoenix? Because I can tell you where he is if you're in Old Sycamore right now. Don't the Sword Lords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Eldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Isians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
What part does Restov play in this game?
Restov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selemius.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know. If Natala is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt
If
the
it's bugged for you,
proceedings,
that
but
sucks.
she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a Baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Isians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
Fog isn't going away, can't do Stag Lord. Have you been to the Temple of the Elk? What happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Have you talked to Jod? Back in Oleg's place?
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
Do you already know about my encounter with Tartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Thank you. I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Everyone did all tasks? Well, then there's got to be... I mean, there's got to be something you're missing. Otherwise, I'm not sure then. It's bugged at that point then. A high society reception is always excellent entertainment. You can drink plenty of expensive wine and stuff yourself with tiny sandwiches on sticks. Or you can skip the time wasted on gluttony and make a few useful connections. I can't actually eat any of this. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Staglord's gang, soon to be Baron? Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name? No title? Well, let's just say I'm here, incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I am an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed Baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret without servants so I can see it for myself, not form a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Please tell me again what you're doing here. I travel the country in secret without servants so I can see it for myself. Okay, good. Consider your proposal. Yes, do so and carefully. They call this a feast. I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, with the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of gray running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Magar Varn, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Staglord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. The frontier region known as Dunsward on the eastern side of the Stolen Lands borders the steppes of Kazmaron. Dunsward is characterized by low, grassy plains circled by mountain ranges and is dotted with ancient structures of lost civilizations. Long ago, a bustling empire reigned over these lands. Nowadays, all that remains of that ancient glory is crumbling ruins and a half-destroyed words of alien wisdom that are inscribed on the walls of unknown tombs. How did you earn the title of Baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamande Aldore needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. Like me. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnlung Host. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into an area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place, and for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel about being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smirks. Like a pheasant on a plate, I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods toward an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad, Baron Drelov? He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, you take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Nice meeting you, farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay me a visit. Or us a visit. Well, Tartuccio Hick, well, scum, and how did we... maybe I have had one too many. Their wine is alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, barely a mouthful. Hey, it's Tristan. Hello. These people are not just celebrating, seems like your feat has given them a new hope. Chandra Murphy. Ah yes, I see good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell of the streets is the same. Natalia Sertova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary, sweet smile. You're not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is this a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you and your barony. And what do you think awaits me and my barony? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldore, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength, currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone, an independent Restov, to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. What would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamande has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Casil. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than a brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natalia gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations in Brevoy. I will consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Dang, this game is already giving me so many things to think about. Like... An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege, of our dear Darmandi. You pulled this all off quite cleverly. I confess, I wasn't convinced our enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you. But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldore have always been adept at finding new talent. Don't believe you've been introduced. So it would seem. I am Iosif Selemius. Is it Iosif? I think it's Iosif. Iosif Selemius. Yosef Salamius. Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long, fruitful friendship.